Home-based childcare, what is it? What are the benefits for your children? Well, Carol from Quality Kidz is going to tell us very shortly. Hi Carol, how are you?
Very good, thank you, Ashley.
Excellent, Carol. So could you tell me a little bit about Quality Kidz?
Okay, Quality Kidz is a home-based early childhood education service, and we provide childcare for children in either their own home or in the home of one of our educators. We also provide nannies and babysitting, so we're an agency that provides that service.
So if I have a child that needs caring for, you're the person to come to?
Absolutely, especially if the child is between 0 and 3.
Okay, so what makes Quality Kidz special?
What makes us special is our focus on children. Part of our whole philosophy is that every child is unique, and we live through that philosophy. So everything we do, we put the child first. So it's about utilising all of our skills and enabling those children to reach their fullest potential.
So where does the home-based fit into all this? What makes it different from putting my child into a daycare? Okay,
home-based is a unique setting that the child is familiar with. It's the most familiar setting a child can have. It means that there's only ever 4 children at any one time. So there's only 1 adult and 4 children. So those small intimate groups, for very young children, it means that they can form attachments with one significant other. So all their needs can be met. So they're never going to be in a stage where they're stressed or worried or not knowing who's going to be caring for me at any one time. It's always going to be the same person. The other great thing about home-based is that whilst it's in a home and utilising all the home and the educational aspects of the home, it's also out and about in the community. So there's opportunities for the children to go to music and movement, to go to the library, to go to toddler gym, to go for a walk in the park, go down to the lake and feed the ducks. All of those types of things that you would do with your child if you were able to stay home with them.
So it's almost like mirroring the parental environment, but the parents aren't there because they're at work?
Absolutely, it's the next best thing to being at home with mum.
And what are the benefits?
The benefits for the children, as I said earlier, was that it's that one-on-one, that opportunity for the interaction with one other significant adult to develop language, to develop social skills. Children learn very quickly how to negotiate, how to sort out win-win situations, how to use their words to make themselves understood. They become very self-assured, they have very good confidence, self-esteem, and they also learn how to self-regulate. So all those important skills that parents want for children before they go to school. And then for our older children, of course, we run a Foundation Skills for Learning program, so that covers all of the 200 skills that they need to acquire before they go to school to learn to read and write.
There are 200 skills?
There are actually 400 skills in total.
I won't ask you what the 400 are, but maybe 2 or 3?
Yeah. It may be that they need to be able to distinguish environmental sounds, would be one of the skills. For children later in life, if you can't distinguish how sounds here, for example, if you couldn't hear me and hear the children in the background and hear the sound of the dishwasher, then you won't be able to distinguish the 20, when you say 20, so all children hear is 20. So when they go to spell, they're only going to be spelling 20 instead of 20 because they're not hearing that sound. So that's one of the skills that they need.
It sounds very interesting, very beneficial, and we're going to learn more shortly with your educators and other staff. But Carol, if we want more information, how can we get in touch?
You can either go to our website, which is www.qualitykids.co.nz, or 0800 2 Quality Kidz.
All right, let's go meet some of the kids and some of the other staff.
Wonderful. Okay, this is Connie Bawaza. She's the educational team leader here in Rotorua for Quality Kidz. Connie, do you want to tell us about your role?
Well, on a normal day is that it's organising meetings to go out and visit the children in the educators' homes, to see how they're actually developing, see what fun they're having, what the educators are actually doing with the children, and perhaps to give some guidance or advice or support to them.
Right. And how will parents know about that?
Parents know because we're supposed to ring them and talk to them about what's happening for their children after we've been to visit their child.
And any other form of reporting process?
We have their written reports that are done on the child and the visit that you actually carry out with the educator, and so those are actually copies provided to the parents and copies actually placed in their profile books as well.
Right, so the parents get to know all along the way what's happening for their children and the learning that's taking place?
Yes.
So Connie, there are other ways, aren't there, that we support our parents in our work that we do?
Yes, there is. There are workshops that can be provided for parents that if they've got anything of interest themselves or any other workshops that the educators have actually been to as well, then we can actually run those for the parents in an evening, and if they want a weekend. But the evenings are probably the best ones where that we can give parenting skills, give parenting information to them. Recently we had the dental health nurse that came along, and she wanted to look at talking to parents about promotion of good, healthy food for children that don't have too much impact on their teeth, which we're finding that parents give anyway. But I mean, if it's an informative evening like that that's provided for parents, then we could have better outcomes for children.
Right, thank you. So again, that's one of the great things about Quality Kidz, is that we're providing education not just for our educators, but ongoing training and education for parents as well.
So these are wonderful records of Children's Day that the educators keep.
It's very
And then they get to go home with the parents so everybody can see what's happening.
What's on a different page?
I wasn't there.
You weren't there? Yes, you were.